Hi everyone, today we are here joined by two exceptional women on March 1st for Women's History Month. We have Pamela and Claudia. Tell us a little bit about WAVE, Women's Association of Venture and Equity. Sounds exciting.
Well, first of all, Mayor Suarez, thanks for having us today. I mean, this is really exciting to be able to spend time with you and kick off Women's History Month, and we're happy to be partners with you and all the great things that you've been doing for the city of Miami. So thanks for having us. So the Women's Association of Venture and Equity started in 2003 by a woman named Sarah Comisius in Boston. And really she started it because, you know, she went to a finance conference and found herself to be not only one of the few women there, but, you know, a pregnant woman. So it just kind of brought back the sense of kind of isolation that she felt in the industry. And she said, you know what, we need to create an organization for women in private equity and venture capital where, you know, women have not only the opportunity to know who the other people in the industry are, but they can do business together, right? And they can support each other. And so I've been a member for some time, and when I moved to South Florida, I started the South Florida chapter in 2019. And what I found is I found all these amazing women in venture and private equity and entrepreneurship, like Claudia, who runs Endeavor here in Miami. And I said, you know, this is great. We have all these great women, but they don't know each other. And there's not an organization that's really bringing us together. So I essentially reached out to all of them, and we have a committee of 8 members here. And really our purpose is to really continue to drive the promotion, the hiring of women in private equity, venture capital to create more women entrepreneurs, and also to help be a funnel, be a pipeline for all the young women who are in high school, who are in college here in Florida, who want that opportunity, but quite frankly, you can't be what you can't see. So we're trying to be an example for them.
We have amazing women leadership in this community. Not just Claudia, we have women leadership at 500 Startups. We have Melissa Medina at Endeavor. We have Melissa Kringsman, who's my VC in residence. Thank you, Knight Foundation, Raul Moas, for funding Melissa. So, you know, we've been very intentional, I think, as a city in trying to understand some of the dynamics that we've talked about with you, Claudia, in terms of the funding shortages and the percentages and that women are confronting. Let's be honest. I mean, at the end of the day, women are getting a very small percentage right now of the deal flow. And talk to us a little bit about what your work in Endeavor has been about and why you're associated with WAVE.
Yeah, we've seen that in the United States, less than 3% of women receive funding, access to capital. It's pretty difficult for them to get that, especially at the beginning, their first seed round, or even getting angel investments. So for us at Endeavor, it's really important first to shine a light on those female founders, help them, you know, get their companies to scale. And that, thank you to the City of Miami for actually supporting us with their first accelerator for women. It was a fully female founder cohort. And now we're actually connecting them with some venture capital funds. So I'm very, very excited to be doing that. And hopefully, you know, like my personal purpose of joining WAVE was to create this peer-to-peer community and convene, right, the women to start helping each other. Because I feel that sometimes we're a little isolated, and I feel that we need to just start creating a very robust network in which we all support each other. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. So somebody can be your mentor, right, if you're a female founder, and we can do that connection. So I feel Endeavor is at the center, connecting the right people. And then with WAVE, we're hopefully bringing together even more professional women in the sector, and also attracting more talent to also wanting to start working with startups, but also learning how to join venture funds or private equity firms.
Well, I really want to thank you because, you know, when I came to you with this initiative at Endeavor to empower women founders, you guys jumped right on it. And as is your sort of classic way of how you do things and how you guys go all in, and it's been a really successful program. We're really thankful for what you've done. Getting connected is so important. The network is so important. I've often said that in this moment, one of the biggest things that the tweets that I was involved in were doing was they were creating something that didn't really exist that robustly in Miami, which was a network, right? It was creating what I call virtual Sand Hill Road, and now what we see is a lot of tech chat groups on Twitter and and on WhatsApp and a variety of different apps. And I think Wave has an awesome opportunity to create a similar, like you said, a networking group. So talk to us a little bit about how you plan to do that and how you plan to be intentional about that and how people can access Wave.
Yeah, perfect. I just wanted to talk briefly about the statistics, right? Another thing people don't think about is when you look at the amount of money that's that comes from women businesses and multicultural businesses, it's about $2.4 trillion.
Wow.
So when we talk about including women in the conversation or expanding racial diversity, it's good for business, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, surveys have shown that venture capital firms can gain over $4 trillion by investing more in women and multicultural businesses. So not only is it the right thing to do, but it's also an untapped opportunity. So it's a great opportunity for Miami
Well
to
said.
take the lead on. But in terms of what we're going to do, so the way that we run the organization generally in a kind of non-COVID world is we like to put on about 5 different events every year. In fact, one of the main events that we do a national alternative investment forum. So the way that works is that we have scholars who apply all over the country, and we pay for their housing, or their hotel, and their flight. And they come and they spend 2 days in New York with industry leaders learning about different aspects of the venture and private equity world. And they're able to not only network, but we go ahead and send those resumes to those organizations who obviously help us sponsor that event. And that's a great way to, again, fuel the pipeline. So our hope is to have a lot of events this year. Hopefully in the fall we'll be able to have some more in person, but we are planning to start a South Florida alternative investment forum here. And our hope is to partner with your team here at the city, and then obviously to partner with the universities here and bring the industry experts here, probably this year virtually, but hopefully next year will be in person. And it'll give the young people here an opportunity to get exposure to those industries.
Amazing.
And to be able to get the jobs, because that's where we've been talking about.
Sure,
We've talked
sure.
about this before.
Yeah.
We need to be able to make sure that even with the tech migration here, that we are helping the local talent.
Amen.
And that's what Wave wants to help partner, and that's how we plan to be part of the community.
I think there's 2 things that are super important. What you said. First of all, it's obviously empowering local talent. Keeping, we've been an intellectual talent exporter, and probably we've talked a lot about that. But I think it's also creating opportunities for children and adults that are typically left out of high-paying job situations. I think, obviously tech has sometimes gotten a reputation as an exclusionary type of industry, and I think we all believe it's part of the mission of what we all do every day, that it can be a very inclusionary type of business. But it takes an intentionality to what we're doing. And so, first of all, it's a huge honor to have you guys here. And but yeah, I mean, I don't know if you have any parting thoughts as far as how can people access Wave? What's the easiest way to get to you? Is there Twitter? I don't know. What is the best way for them for people to know more about what you're doing and to get in touch with you?
Sure. Well, we have a website, obviously, so you can find us online. We also have a large LinkedIn presence. So we post all our events on LinkedIn. Once you register on the website, you get invitations to all the events that we have. And then obviously you can find all of us personally, right? We all have Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn as well. And then, your team, right?
Yep.
You've committed to being a partner to us as well. So we're going to make sure, I know we have an event coming up with you on March 17th,
Yep.
right?
That's exciting.
So that's going to be great. So hopefully we'll get people involved and they can give us a chance to share more about what we do and help the community.
Yeah, and so just follow us on Twitter. We are on our personal accounts. My intention is also to start showcasing some of the female founders in Miami that have incredible businesses. Their innovations are just mind-blowing, and I really want to showcase them. So also stay tuned for more of that soon in our Wave events.
You guys heard it here. Check out Wave, Women's Association for Venture and Equity. Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.